Hey guys, Jordan here. In this video, I'm going to be answering a real estate photography question from one of you guys. So let's get into it. All right, so today's question comes from Ronald Cacho. Thank you so much for your question. He says, hey, what's the best circular polarizer for real estate photography? In my opinion, none, because I am not a fan of polarizer lenses or any external filters, UV filters, whatever, because in my opinion, it can kind of mess up the color science of your lens, and also it can create additional flares if depending on where the sun's coming in. Like recently, I was testing the Nikkor, I think it's a 15 to 30 or 14 to 30 or 16 to 30 millimeter lens. When I bought it used. It had a UV filter on the front. I bought several things where people have UV filters. I don't know if people use those just for protection. They don't want to scratch or they're scared of it, but I wouldn't be too concerned about the element because, you know, it's very unlikely that you're gonna scratch it. And they're pretty durable. Obviously, just don't wipe them with some really nasty rag. But yeah, so I took it out. Literally like my third shot, oh, there's an extra flare. Let me take off this UV filter. Okay, great, it's gone. All right, UV filter in the garbage. I'm just not a huge fan. I think some people use what you mentioned, a polarizer filter for like to reduce glares and reflections on things. But you know, if you're shooting raw, you can reduce your highlights and your whites in post-production and really bring in details even if you do have some glares or whatever. I just think there's more negatives to pros when using some type of filter. Now, you guys can completely agree. I just personally don't like them. I've tried them. I will tell you one thing. I do have a Polar. I think it might be a Polar. No, it's not a Polar Pro. The only filters that I do use, I have a ND filter, a pretty dark one. And this is for a pretty, you know, I was doing hyperlapses, right? So if you're doing like something like this, like hyperlapse where you need a slower shutter speed than your camera can handle and your lens, maybe your aperture's all the way up, ISO's all the way down, and you want a shutter speed of, I don't know, 1/4, but you can't achieve that without darkening or lessening the light coming into the camera, then, you know, use the ND filter so I can achieve that to be able to create what I'm trying to create. So that really is the only scenario where I actually like to use something external on it. If I'm trying to get the shot and I can't do it during the day without ND filters. So anyways, that's my thoughts. Overall, I don't like them. ND filters, polarizers, UV filters. You guys can agree. If you have a scenario where it's like, hey man, you need to use this, let me know in the comments below. I'm curious where you're getting some type of breakthrough result by using a polarizer, but for me, not necessarily for me. So anyways, if you got value out of this video, hit the like button and consider subscribe to my channel if you're into real estate photography, as I put out daily content just like this. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.